Started trading with ThinkCapital around 6 months ago. Now I'm a six-figure funded trader. So basically I started trading prop firms around 2 years ago. I risk only 1% per trade, sometimes 0.5. It relies on how good the setup is, but only 1%. So if I'm in drawdown, I also risk 1%. You gotta think far, I would say. You gotta think further. You gotta have a plan, because if you think only for the next week, you get emotional. Me personally, I think I gotta stay patient today, because the following 2 years, it's a compound. If I start today and be patient, be good, in the second year, in the third year, I have to be profitable. So for me, it's really the compound event. I would say backtesting was really the thing that got me to this point. You gotta backtest your strategy a lot, because it's like a training ground. You gotta train. If you're a footballer, you gotta train. So for me, I enjoy the payouts the most. They're really fast for me.
So today we're here at ThinkCapital interviewing Adam. So how have you been? How's your day so far?
I'm very fine. I'm right now in Dubai, a little trip. So it's very, very good here. Good time, good quality time. So yeah, I'm fine.
Nice. Love to hear that. All right, so I prepared a few questions. The first one would be around your background and your motivation when it comes to trading. So the first question I have is, can you share your background, how you first got into trading and how long ago that was?
So basically, I started with crypto. I think that's the first thing to go for many guys out there. I was around 15 years old. I flipped 500 euros into 1K. So it was a little money for me. But then I want to start the prop firm game, because I heard from there's prop firms you can get money from with small, also basically small capital, big money, you know. Then I started at the age of 18 with Equity Edge. I don't know if you know this prop firm.
No.
I got the 10K account right there. I
Mm-hmm.
traded it. I got 2 payouts. Then I started with Alpha Capital. I got 50K there. I scaled it up. And then I switched over to FTMO and ThinkCapital right now. And right now I started trading with ThinkCapital around 6 months ago. And now I'm a six-figure funded trader at ThinkCapital. Right now I'm 20 years old. So basically I started trading prop firms around 2 years ago.
Okay, and overall you've been trading for 5 years approximately.
Yeah, basically it's a little bit of crypto money, but really trading, it was 2 years ago.
All right.
Where I started looking at charts, doing my model, executing, you know.
Nice. And what got
Yeah.
you like mainly into trading? Because what I hear a lot of is that, people get into trading because they want to live a financial free life, they want to have freedom, or they just want to make cash on the side. What was your motivation?
Yeah, it's also, it's a cool thing. This financial free thing, it's all around the world, social media, that's really was the motivation for me to get from they say Matrix 9 to 5. But yeah, it's really that thing is to get from the 9 to 5 out of the rat race, and start trading, get financial free and start living your
Nice.
life. That was really the goal, the motivation. And
And
also my parents. So to fulfill their dreams, that's really a
yeah,
goal to achieve.
nice. Yeah, I see it the same way. Also, my parents are my biggest motivation. Just buy
Yeah,
a
really,
house.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Really, that's the
cool.
goal.
All right. And what was like the early challenges that you were basically facing when it comes to trading? And how did
The
you
consistency,
overcome
okay.
those challenges?
For me, it was the consistency to keep going, because I have a fixed entry model, and it's basically just do like trade like a robot.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the hard part for me at first, to
Mm-hmm.
keep going. Back test this a lot of times. I have my data, I have my back end data, and just to execute the trades, that was the hard thing for me, to just keep going, to be consistent in the game. And this is, I think, the mainly part for also the other traders, to be consistent, to not think, oh, I lost a trade, oh no, I just over traded it right
Mm-hmm.
now, to
Mm-hmm.
keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how long did it take for you to get to that stage?
It took around, I think, 1 year to
Mm-hmm.
really to get this to the next level, where you just execute, don't really think, to shut the emotions down, to just be focused and trade normally. It took around 1 year.
All right, nice, cool. And then next question I have is, what are the key strategies or methodologies you use in your trading today? Like, what's the main strategy?
So for me, I have a fixed entry model. I trade based on my volume profile, the Fibonacci, also around other confluences, and heavily on fundamentals. So I rely heavily on fundamentals. I think it's the market is driven by fundamentals, by the big players. So I'm really heavily on the fundamentals. And then when I see, like, a good fundamental or seasonality. I trade also based on seasonality. When I see a good time frame, a seasonality window, I execute my plan.
Mm-hmm. And
That's
what
really
what
the thing
pairs
for me.
what pairs do you mainly trade?
I trade all the forex pairs and not so much metal. So I don't trade gold. First of all, I started trading gold, but gold is for me too much. So I have a fixed entry model just for the forex pairs, and
Yeah.
gold's for me too much noise.
Yeah, yeah. And would you consider
Yeah.
yourself a scalper, day trader, or a swing trader,
No,
or
I'm
something
I'm
in
I'm a
between?
swing trader. I'm swing trader. I trade on the
Okay.
4 hour time frame, 1 hour, sometimes the daily, but
Mm-hmm.
heavily on the 4 hour.
Okay, so I'm guessing you're good in patience.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But also it took time to get this patience.
Yeah,
To be this patient, to chill when you're in a trade, to not just going on your phone, looking it up. Is it going up? Is it going down? So just be patient, to shut your
yeah.
phone down, just go by your day. That's really the main thing I got to get better in this game.
Yeah, yeah. And was there like something that led you to becoming that patient? Was it like, did you have like a pain point or a point in your life where you were in such pain of not being patient that you just had to switch your mindset to being patient? Or was there someone that motivated you to be like that?
It was the Trump phase, when Trump got elected,
Mm-hmm.
and then the market went crazy, and there I
Yeah,
lost a lot. So it was for me this shift to just get clear my head and just be really patient, because I saw also only red, 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 and
yeah.
so at the point of time it's just kicking, and then I started to think, hey, I gotta chill, I gotta think, I gotta go back and look all over what trades I took and just
Mm-hmm.
focus and get this patience.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really the switch where I start thinking and not just executing like, oh no, I need to make money, I need to make money. That's really
Mm-hmm.
the default thing all of trader thinks.
Yeah, yeah. When we're also, talking about having losses and stuff like that, um, what is your risk management strategy? Like, how do you personally manage risk?
I risk only 1% per trade, sometimes
Hmm.
0.5. It relies on how good the setup is, but only 1%. So if I'm in drawdown, I also risk 1%. So that's not a problem for me. It's just only 1%. Sometimes it's not, if it's a bad setup or I have two setups, I split them up. So 0.5 per setup, but just
Hmm.
only 1%.
And what's your average risk to reward ratio that you target?
1 to 2, 1 to 3.
Oh, nice. Okay. I mean, it's stable for sure. Depending
Yeah,
on
of
win
course, of
rates,
course.
what would you say
Yeah,
is your
yeah.
average win rate?
My average win rate, I can look it up. At the Alpha Capital account, I have 70% win rate.
Not bad.
So it's based. Also, my backtest data is minimum win rate is 65,
Hmm.
and the highest win rate 80. So it's a range
Nice.
65 till 80% win rate.
Yeah.
And when I look at my accounts, it's always 70%.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Nice.
Yes.
So, would you say that risk management is more about numbers? So, keeping in mind the percentage you're risking, or would you say it's more about discipline?
It's a good amount of both, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to just look at the numbers, just see the percentage. That's the better thing. That's also a switch point for me, to not say, oh, I need to make 2,000 euros, to just say, hey, I need to make 2%, and that's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's for
Mm-hmm.
me the switch point. So don't look at the money, look at the percentage. That's a very, very, very good habit to
Yeah.
get strong at that.
Yeah, I always tell people that, you can have the same trade like another person. You can make the same percentage, and one person can make $200, but the other person can make 2,000. And the only difference at the end of the day is the account size. But the trade stays the
100% sure,
same.
yeah, yeah.
Trade stays the same, percentage stays the same. So I always also encourage everyone to just focus on percentage
Sure,
and risk reward
100%. If you have a
ratio.
10K account, you can also pay 100, pass the 100K account, you know?
Yeah, exactly,
Just look
exactly.
at the percentage and trade. Don't let the money get in your head.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have like a type of a strategy to like for beginner traders to not focus on the numbers?
For me, it's just to really get out the charts and look at your trades, and then don't think really about the money, because the money
Hmm.
comes if you execute your strategy. So don't look and say you want to buy this thing, oh, I need to make 2,000 euros. Just look at the percentage, have a plan. You want to pass your account in 3 to 2 months, and just trade, based on the percentage. And that's all I would say. For me,
Hmm.
it's now not that deep, I would say.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
for beginner traders, it's I know it's very hard, but it's not really not that deep. But it's
yeah,
hard to accept that when you're a starter, to think,
yeah,
hey, I just need to make 2%, and don't think about the money.
Yeah, so it would
Yeah.
basically be like plan the trade and trade the plan.
Yeah, of course. Just
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
plan, execute it, and don't think about money. The money will follow if you execute your plan.
yeah, exactly.
That's what
Yeah,
I gotta say. Yes.
yeah. Then what tools, platforms, or resources do you find more useful for your trading?
I think what's really good is Seasonix. I don't know if you know Seasonix. That's like seasonality patterns, and I think that's a good platform. Also, I use COT data. I implement it in TradingView, and it's like TradingView, MT5. MT I like MT5 very very much. TradingView and Seasonix. That's
Okay.
three platforms I would use.
So basically, when you're trading, you have all of them three open, and then on Seasonix, you see like the fundamentals like pop up live, or how does it work?
No, it's a chart pattern. You know,
Ah,
when
okay. Yeah, if price repeats itself.
yeah, when price repeats itself, you can see it up there, season next plan,
Okay.
and then I have time frame. For example, 1 week it's bullish, then I look for setups in this week. Just
Okay.
very very simple. It's
Yeah.
just a graph, and I look around it. If, for example, USD is 1 week very bullish, I look for setups in that week.
Okay. So would you say that since you said you were focused more on fundamentals, would you say that it's like 50% technicals, 50% fundamentals, or like 70 fundamentals and like 30% technicals? Like what things need to be fulfilled for you to be like for you to enter on a trade?
So basically, on my strategy, you gotta know I have two models for my strategy. I have a 15-minute entry model that's only 90% technicals, 10% fundamentals, and the 4 hour, the swing, really swing for when I held trades for 1 to 2 weeks, it's just heavily on fundamentals. So the technical, I need to fulfill the technical aspects. So the confluences, fixed range, the Fibonacci. So my confluence there I need to get filled, but also the fundamentals are playing a very heavily role for my strategy. So I would say it's 70
Okay.
fundamentals, 30 technicals.
Nice. All right. And are there like specific like fundamental news that you like trading or like yeah, so basically what's your like typical trading day? What would the process be of you?
I make my trade breakdown on Sunday. So I look all the futures charts, look there at the COT charts, how the retail traders are placed, if they're bullish, if they're bearish. So I make my bias for the week. And then I look for the technical setups. If I see technical setups, I mark them up. I have a watch list where I mark my trades up to not forget them. Monday, when the market opens, how the trades are running. And then I enter maybe on the Thursday, on the Wednesday, I enter on a trade.
Okay. And indicator wise, you said you use volume metrics and Fibonacci, right? Are those
Right,
the
right,
only
right.
indicators you use?
I have second indicators, but I don't want to tell them.
Okay.
It's a little bit secret for me. So I don't
Okay,
want to tell
a
them.
secret
But
sauce. All good, no worries. Yeah.
yeah, it's a secret sauce for me. But I
Yeah.
have what's free is the Fibonacci and the fixed range roll volume profile, and that's two aspects conference for me how I
All right.
trade.
And now, since psychology and emotions are basically the biggest part in trading, which is also why most other traders fail. Do you have like like a way to help or a tip on how to stay disciplined and avoid emotional trading?
You gotta think far. I would say you gotta think further. You gotta have a plan. Because if you think only for the next week, you get emotional, because me personally, I think I gotta stay patient today because the following 2 years is the thing where I gotta make. It's a compound for me. It's a compound. If I start today and be patient, be good. In the second year, in the third year, I gotta be I get to be profitable. I have to be profitable. So for me, it's really the compound event. To stay disciplined, to stay really focused, and just looking for the second year, for the third year, where you really got to get profitable. You don't need to get profitable in the first year. Just learn the first year, start to get the little steps, very very important, and then use the compound event. And that's really what helped me in my trading game.
And what was like the biggest struggle for you when you were trading, when you just started off? There's some like FOMO, over trading, over leveraging. There's different, pain
It
points.
was
What was
over
your
risking.
biggest over risking?
Yeah, it was over risking. I just wanted the fast money. You
Yeah.
came trading to you see all the Instagram posts about the Lambo, Ferraris,
Mm,
and you think, hey, I want to make fast money. And what's the point where I really got emotional, where I thought, oh no, I lost. I got to make it up again. And then I started to over risk, and that's really, really, really what's very, very heavily false. You
yeah.
know.
So in order to avoid that, did you then start like journaling your trades, or creating a trading plan?
Yeah, of course.
What
At
did
first, I just start journaling all my trades,
you?
journal what I think, what I took. I made it all Sunday. Sunday was really my trading day, where I journal all my trades, or looking up the charts, where I write down what I want to achieve, what I was thinking of the week. And that's also a point. Today, I'm honest, I don't journal anymore because I have it all in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a robot. It's always all here, there. But at the beginning, I was journaling and writing down what I was feeling when I'm in trade, why I took this trade, the confidences that the trade gave me, and that's really what I would say that helped me to get to this position where I'm now.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. I also do that. I also recommend that highly.
Good. Of
Always just
course, yeah.
document. Yeah. And so, how has your trading approach changed since when you started compared to now?
So you gotta know, I used my Fibonacci the wrong way, and it's really just backtesting. I would say
Mhm.
backtesting was really the thing that got me to this point. You gotta backtest your strategy a lot because it's like a training ground. You gotta train. If you're a footballer, you gotta train.
Mhm.
You train to get to the game and to score goals. That's also in trading for me. You gotta
Yeah.
train. You gotta backtest, and when you backtest, when you see your data, you have the confidence. When I
Mhm.
backtest 4 years, I know my data is I have a 70% win rate, 1 to 2 IR, so I'm confident for my second trade. I know if I lose a trade, it's fine. Because why? Because I know my data and I can look it up, and I would say, hey, tomorrow I'm gonna win another trade. So really backtest your strategy. That's what built the confidence for me.
Nice. And what's one thing that you do today in your trading that you wish you knew before when you first started?
I would say the patience that I built, to be really humble when it comes to trading, to not think, oh my God, I'm gonna make 2,000 euros today. To be humble, to be patient, and just execute. Really, that's the
Mhm.
point for me. To just execute and to shut the noise down.
Yeah.
Because we got all the noise from the social media. Everybody drives a Lambo, everybody drives a Ferrari, everybody buying watches. You also want this, but you got to really shut it down for a good amount of time to get to this level. That's for me the point where I need to stay humble. I need to stay focused in my game, and just really think for further. For the
Yeah.
next 1 to 2 years to
Yeah.
get this compound event. This compound event is really important for me.
Yeah. I also think that, the only competition you have is with yourself. So the only
Of course,
comparison you
yeah.
should have is with yourself from yesterday and not compare
Hmm.
yourself with other people on social media. Because I also did that at the beginning. Bro, I started with the worst idea. I was like, yeah, in 1 year, I'll have my first million. And after
Yeah,
2 months,
yeah,
I'll make my first 20K. Reality check, bro, 2 years, losses straight.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
so
that's
yeah,
also really what
that's
got
a
me.
problem with social media nowadays. So really focus on yourself and compare yourself with
Yeah, yeah.
yourself. Yeah,
I think it's for every beginner. You
yeah,
come in this trading game, you think, oh, I am the best. I
mhm,
know that I know I'm different than others. I don't lose. And when you
yeah,
start losing, you get humbled, and then you start, oh shit.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
really tough, and then you
yeah,
start to really get focused, to get to this point where you think, hey, I need to make it. I need to be patient, and then you focus, and when you get to this level, it's good.
yeah. True. So next question is, how has your experience been with ThinkCapital so far? What do you enjoy the most, and what do you think could be improved?
So for me, I enjoy the payouts the most. They're really fast for me, and also how it's built. I think the people in the Discord channels also their answer really fast, and yeah, that's for me a good point for Think Capital. Was not so good, I would say, is the update they got. The new update was not the best update, but it's also not a big problem for me. So I think it's a really good prop firm. I got
Mhm.
my payout really fast. They help me a lot when I have questions. I contact the support team. They answer really fast, and they help also because of that. That's the point where I say I like the prop firm a lot.
Mhm. And have you had multiple payouts from us?
Yeah, I got two payouts from now from the 100K I funded with you guys. I got the second, and the third is now ongoing. So I'm right now up 1% on the account, and I'm gonna pay out maybe when I'm at 3 or 5%, around this
Nice.
percentage. I'm gonna get my third payout, and maybe I'm gonna scale also. I got 100K in funding and 100K in challenge. The challenge is now 6% up. Yeah. Also, what's really good is what the gift they got me. I got the 300K because I used
Mhm.
the coupon code. That was really a beautiful thing. So yeah,
Nice.
that's a very good thing. What thing is the prop firm about?
Cool. That's awesome, man. And how high was your last, like your recent payout?
It's not that much. I was just first looking out for the prop firm just to see how it's working. It was
Mm-hmm.
around 1%, so
Okay.
not that big. It was just hey, get funded, get the payout, look how the prop firm is, and then start trading.
Okay.
So for
Yeah.
me, I'm now starting to really trade to get the bigger payouts.
Nice, nice. And do you have like another like strategic approach when trading prop firms? For example, risk maximum 1%, or only look for A plus setups, or if I'm up 2% on the challenge, increase risk to 2%. Like, what is your risk management strategy when it comes to only trading prop firm?
It's also the same. It's 1% per trade. If I'm a drawdown, sometimes I use 0.5. It's not if it's not the best trade. That's only 1%. If I'm up 6% or I'm up 2 or I'm down 2%, it's only 1% per trade.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the goal for me. What I use as
Mm-hmm.
a risk management. So it's
Okay.
just really 0.5. It's if it's not the best setup, but you want to trade it,
Mm-hmm.
or 1% and only A plus setups. If I have a plus setup and I see a setup where I say to myself, okay, the technicals are very good, but the fundamentals is not so good, I take the
Mm-hmm.
setup with 0.5%.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you basically have like an A plus or an A setup and B setup is 0.5. A
Yeah, of
setup is
course.
1%. Okay. Do you also like scaling into your positions or scaling out?
I scale out. I have take profits.
Mm-hmm.
I scale out, but I don't scale in. That's for
Okay.
me the I don't scale in. And just put my stop loss at break even and let it run, or I scale out at TP1 or TP2.
Okay.
That's for me to go.
Nice. All right. What advice would you give to aspiring traders who are just getting started?
I would say to just focus on yourself. Shut the noise down. Don't search on social media how I get better in trading, how I get the best results. Just stick to your plan. Stick to yourself. If you have a strategy, you find it good. Stick to it. Don't do strategy hopping. That's really a false thing you gotta do at first. Stick to your strategy. Backtest the strategy. That's really important. And just trade it as much as possible, and it's gonna happen. If you
Mm-hmm.
if you be patient, it's gonna happen. If it take 1 year, 2 years, it's not a problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
really the advice I would give.
Cool. And would you say, there's like the debate of back testing versus forward testing or live testing. Would you say both are equal as important, or would you say one is more important than the other one?
I would say forward testing is more important than back testing. Back testing is the fundament that you build, and forward
Mm-hmm.
testing is really where you see, is my strategy working with me, but because you are also the strategy yourself, the
Mm-hmm.
emotions that come with the strategy. And that's really where I would say the forward testing is really important also, because there you can, yeah, because when you backtest you can skip and you can see, okay, I made my profits or not. But when you're in the forward testing, you can't skip the market. You gotta wait, you gotta see, do I scale out, do I put my stop loss at break even, do I take profits, and your profit target is not really reached. And there where it comes to your own self. Are you really emotionless?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you mental state? And therefore I would say forward testing, it's a bit better than back testing.
All right, I also agree. On my end, this was basically it. I got all the questions. Very, very helpful, very insightful, and I really
Thank you very
appreciate
much.
you for taking the time.